Welcome to the Eric T conversation. I'm your gracious host, Eric T. So I was scrolling through Instagram earlier today, and I came across something that Denzel Washington was being interviewed, and the guy asked, "Hey, do you work out?" And Denzel's like, "Yeah, I work out, And the guy's like, "Well, I bought a gym membership," and Denzel kind of starts laughing at him and says, "Well, I guess you're not using it." He goes, "Well, I plan on going there." And he's real cute. He goes, "Listen, man, how old are you?" He said, "About 52." He said, "You better start. You better start now. You gotta, when you hit 60, it really starts happening." And he's right. He said, "You gotta get that gun clean. You gotta keep that gun clean, ready, ready for war at any moment. You gotta start doing it, and you better start sooner than later." And he's absolutely right. So I was thinking about that today when I was at the gym. And I work out probably about 4 or 5 days a week. I lift weights, and nothing crazy. I'm not, I'm not a bodybuilder by any means. Obviously, it's hard by looking at me to tell. I know, it's hard to look at me and tell, but I'm not. Remember, the old saying is, it's not how much you lift, it's how much you look like you lift. So I'm trying to be that guy that looks like he lifts without having to lift a lot of weight. So I'm 52. I try to beat Father Time. And I've been working out probably since I was 16 years old, when I was able to drive my own, car to go to the gym to work out. And I've stayed consistently probably 35 years now, 40 years, they're almost 40 years now, I guess. I've been working out. And I'm going to be 52 in January. So I don't do it for vanity purposes. I just do it because, I want to live as long as possible, as long as possible. My family, I guess they live to be about their 80s, somewhere in their 80s. I'm hoping I get that plus maybe 10 years. And I was talking to my dad about it. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to live till I'm 90." I'm like, "Why not? I mean, you know, you're 81 years old. If you look at people that had photographs of themselves from the 1890s, a 40-year-old looked like they're 90. So the times are changing. So maybe when we're 90, it won't look as bad as, my dad who's 80 now and where he's at. So that's what I'm shooting for. So I'm hoping to stay in the gym and stay fit, because Father Time creeps up on you. And I tell everybody, you got to work out. You got to do something, some type of physical activity, whether it's lifting weights in the gym or lifting your body weight, doing push-ups and sit-ups, lifting some buckets of water, something. You got to do something. Leg bends, lift your own body weight. Your body's extremely heavy, believe it or not. I mean, your noggin weighs what, 15 pounds, whatever that is. It's heavy. I've never really carried a head anywhere, but I've heard it weighs a lot of weight, has a lot of weight to it, like a bowling ball. So you got to get out there, you got to exercise. So I tell everybody out there, we're morbidly obese. Our country is the fattest country in the world. In the world. Now, I work out, everything hurts. Everything freaking hurts on my body. Back, knees, elbows. I get cramps in the neck. Just sleeping, my shoulders hurt. I get pinched nerves just sleeping. The days of me waking up and just hopping out of bed are completely over. Those days were gone 25 years ago that I just got out of bed. That doesn't happen anymore. Now I get out of bed, the alarm goes off, and I'm like, ooh, I got to think about that for a minute. I'm like, okay, well, hold on a minute. What tweaks right now? What's tweaking? And then I kind of lean a little bit. Then I sit up. But God forbid somebody breaks in my house in the middle of the night. They'll get to my room and no problem at all. The dogs will be barking, and I'll be like, wait, hold on a minute, I'm coming. I got to reach over and get my gun out of the drawer, but that's going to hurt to do that too. So, take what you want. It's not worth me tweaking my back, because if you ever had a back pain, it's like getting stabbed. It's the worst pain in the world. It's like getting jabbed with a shank in prison. It's awful pain is having the nerve pain in the back. So you got to exercise. So even though I'm in pain a lot of times, I work out, I still go to the gym. But a lot of things start breaking down when you get older. Your body starts breaking down. And I was fortunate enough to have a dad that taught me a lot when I was younger, prepared me for life as I got much older. My dad taught me how to open the door for a lady, how to, not put my elbows on the table when I'm eating, how to stand at attention properly, my feet at a 45-degree angle, how to tuck in my uniform, how to give a firm handshake. You got to give a firm handshake, because it means you mean business. I don't know if you know that. It means you mean business. So if you're one of those guys out there that shakes a hand and gives a real wussy-ass handshake, you got to work on it. You got to work on it because people are judging you on that handshake, and you never get a first time to make a second time to make that first handshake. You do a bad handshake, it's over. It's over. And you women, there's women out there that give good handshakes, but some of you overcompensate. You go too big. You go too big too quick. You gotta go in and just give a firm one, but you don't have to go over a squeeze. Too much to squeeze, we know you're overcompensating. I could tell. But the worst part is when somebody grabs your hand and they grab your fingers. They shake your fingers right here, and they get you too early, and you were ready for a firm one, but they get you too early, and now you're like, ah, shit. I can't redo that. You can't redo that. And you can't say anything. You just go on the whole day. You're still thinking, man, I gave him a shitty ass handshake. So you never get a next time to make a first handshake. So always give a firm handshake. It means you mean business. So my dad taught me all these things growing up. One of the valuable things my father forgot to teach me as I got older is once you hit 42 years old, you piss 3 times a night. 3 times a night. Hey, you get up at 2 o'clock, you got to take a piss. 4:30, you got to take a piss. 6 o'clock, about an hour before you wake up, got to take a piss. 3 times a night. That sucks. It sucks. I haven't had a good night's sleep in 11 years. I haven't slept 6, 7 hours in like 11 years. It's the worst feeling. As you get older, your body breaks down. So you got to keep what you got moving and getting better, healthier, and stronger. And that's why you got to exercise. You got to get your brain, get some food in your brain. Talk to people, make some new friends. I got a buddy I go to the gym with. He's like the mayor of Crunch. He talks to everybody. He knows everybody in there. He knows everybody. He's retired. He has nothing to do but make friends. But you know what? His brain is still sharp. His brain is still sharp. And that's what you got to do. I admire that. That's what you got to do. You got to make some new friends. You got to keep your body healthy, keep your mind healthy. I had an aunt, she passed away a couple years ago. She was 81 years old, died of Alzheimer's, or 86 years old. But she was old, had Alzheimer's. But for the last, 10 years of her life, she was in the house all day long. She never went outside, never really interacted with anybody, never went for a walk around the block. And I truly believe that makes a difference in your life. The older you get, the more active you got to try to stay to be. You got to push father time off as much as possible. Now, it's still going to hurt getting out of bed. I'm not going to say that's not going to go away. I mean, sometimes you got to get a little steroid injection once in a while to make it through the week. But stay active. Work out. Lift your body. Go to the gym. Get a gym membership. People are like, I'll work out at home. No, you won't. You won't work out at home. Nobody does. They say they work out at home. They buy some weights, and they get dust on them. So get a gym membership and go. Because the gym membership, their business plan is the hope that you don't go. Because all the people that you see there's a lot of people that don't go, and they get charged $20 a month for their membership. So if you get one, go use the gym 2-3 days a week. Do some cardio. You'll be better off for doing it. Because if you don't, I got news for you. RFK Jr. is now the HHS secretary. He's going to make America healthy again. He's going to take the fruit out of the loops, the captain out of the crunch, the lucky out of the charms. He's going to take it all out. We're going to be healthy, but it's all going to taste like cardboard. But the good thing that he did say is that he's going to make McDonald's French fries real healthy again. They're going to use that other type of oil, which is going to be awesome. And then he's going to put real cane sugar back in our Coca-Cola, like they do in Mexico with those glass bottles. It was delicious. And that crack stuff they got going on at the McDonald's fountains, drinks at McDonald's. Why does Coke taste better there than it does anywhere else? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you liked it, subscribe. Click on the like button, hit the notifications, and join us next time for a nice, healthy conversation, and we have a few laughs. Thanks.